Inspired and tired, that's the gist of our podcast. Inspired, but we're tired. Should we create or should we take a nap?
Create.
Nap. We should definitely nap.
Chase, we're doing the show.
That's right. Of course we're doing the show. Yeah, no, that's what I said. Yeah. Inspired and Tired with your hosts, Chase and London.
Woo! I love that song.
Oh my gosh, really?
Yeah, you are.
I was singing it in the car. It was stuck in my head.
Oh, good tune to get stuck in your head. Did you
It
take
got stuck in my head too when I was editing the intro.
Really?
Yeah, I did.
Wow, that song came out of inspiration.
It's a jingle, it's a bop, and I'm here for
Inspired and Tired, which I guess we should intro the show. I'm Chase.
And I'm London.
And you're listening to Inspired and Tired, the new podcast brought to you by us about how to unlock your creative spirit inside of you.
And we're going on a creative journey. So we're back again with The Artist's Way.
Yeah, each week, if this is your first episode, each week we've been experimenting with different ways of how to get in touch with
our creativity,
your inner child.
Yeah.
We live very unconventional lives. I'm a stand-up comic.
I'm a street artist.
And so we constantly have to tap into our creativity.
Because somehow these are our jobs and we make money doing this. And I still don't even know how that's possible. But
so I constantly feel blocked. London's a little better.
I'm a little more in the flow. But
you're a little more in the flow than me.
We got to stay in that lane and keep on flowing. So that's what this is all about. And today we've got some good little nuggets that were shared.
Well, we've been doing The Artist's Way. We're on week 3. London and I have done The Artist's Way how many times?
I've done it 3 times. You've done it 27.
It's been my whole life.
Yeah.
I've done it 7 times, I think, and or 6. I don't know. And we always find when we do The Artist's Way,
something happens.
Good things happen. We law of attraction, things start happening. So
I think these are great tools, and hopefully you guys, if you are going through the book with us, thank you. And I hope you're seeing some progress. But if not, even if you can just like a few things resonate with you each week, hopefully you keep on coming back for more. So.
Oh, we would just love that. And also, guess who's here with us this week?
Who's here?
Rolo,
my
dog.
If you're not watching the video podcast, and if you are watching the video podcast, you can't see him either way.
He's at our feet.
He's an angel on this earth and just is going to be here with us throughout the whole show.
Yeah, he used to live with me and now he doesn't. So whenever I get to see him, it's just such a treat.
It is. Even for me, it's such a treat. And Rolo, I was thinking, while we're here doing this podcast, we're all like, talking and doing. He's just living.
I mean, talk about Zen.
Right. Talk about just being in the moment.
He's just being.
He's just sitting.
He didn't know where he was showing up to today.
No.
He just showed up.
He just walked in like a champion.
So comfortable in front of the cameras.
And now just so calm, cool, and collected. And I'm happy he's here.
This is the energy I want always.
Same.
So anyway, should we jump into week 3?
Let's do it.
And then things will come up.
Of course.
Of course.
We got to get started.
Yeah. Oops. I'm adjusting my mic.
That's something that Julia Cameron says. You got to start and then things just start going. So.
And Julia Cameron is the author of The Artist's Way, who we just get a kick out of.
We really do. And on the back of my book, actually, I was looking at it. It was upside down the other day. We do have a nice photo of her. And she's just full on 80s mullet style going on.
Oh, yeah. She thrived in the 80s.
Yeah. Okay. Week 3. The name of the chapter is Recovering a Sense of Power.
Every chapter, I think, starts with recovery of something.
So
we're not recovering alcoholics. We're recovering blocked artists, she says.
And today it's a sense of power.
So it starts off with anger. Is the main thing, which I
do you have a lot of anger?
I've been feeling a lot of anger lately, and I thought, wow, how timely.
What have you been angry about?
I wrote this. My anger when I was reading this, right after. Okay, wait, rewind, Chase. I was driving in traffic.
Okay,
and I was angry.
Get it.
Okay, so hold on. Let me just back up a second. that's going to come
We're
into play.
rewinding more.
Rewind even more.
We're going back even
Let
more.
me just say what she says about anger. Anger is meant to be a roadmap. Anger shows us where our boundaries are. It's not meant to be acted out, but acted upon. So it's a roadmap. It tells us, like, this is what needs to be changed. Julia Cameron says, blast him. I can make a better film. And she
sounds just like
she uses phrases like blast him. But that anger is saying you want to make movies. I was driving in traffic saying I'm driving all around LA doing these things for other people, blah, blah, blah. My anger was saying I want to prioritize me and my projects.
Oh, that's beautiful. So, unlocking.
Did you have any anger this week?
I'm just angry all the time.
Really?
No, nothing specifically. I would say though, what like caught me right away in this chapter is anger is meant to be listened to. So like instead of just staying in that state of anger driving, at least you were able to be like, I'm angry. Why am I angry?
Well, I was so angry driving, and then I got home and I read this chapter and I was like, whoa.
I get it.
My anger is telling me something.
Anger is points of direction. So like if you're angry, I get angry sometimes when I have to like, if I crochet something and then I, have to make it again and again and again. And in the end though, a lot of times when I make it again and again and again and listen to what other people are saying, it actually does get better. So instead of being angry at the feedback or the criticism, like listen to it and let it guide you, and then it'll ultimately get better.
Well,
so
really,
anger is our friend.
Really interesting you brought up criticism, London.
I know, but we're jumping ahead. We're rewinding, remember?
Okay, because we're about to get to criticism.
Yeah.
Okay. Basically, anger is our friend.
Yeah.
It's not a nice friend, not a gentle friend, but a very, very loyal friend.
Very, 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 very loyal. In the audiobook, she really varies.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Because when you're angry about something, it's telling you shouldn't be doing this.
Right.
You don't want to be doing this. Or you're angry at someone else because they're doing something. You want to be doing that. So it's just telling you where you're...
It's pointing you in a direction. And she says emotions that are not your friend, one of them, sloth. Laziness.
Oh, yeah.
Not your friend.
But anger is your friend.
It's your friend. So that's good to remember.
She says anger is not the action, it's action's invitation. So don't don't go punching someone. Just...
Yeah, don't do that.
I want to make it clear that we're not saying to do
that. Oh, violence.
Violence.
Yeah, violence is not your friend. But anger.
Okay, so the next thing it talks about is synchronicity.
Yes.
And she says answered prayers are happening all the time once we put out what we want, once we start being creative.
Exactly.
Answered prayers are constantly happening and we brush it off as luck or coincidence or serendipity.
I like all those words. Serendipity doo-dah.
And it's scary to think there could be a higher power that wants us to commit to our own soul and act in behalf of our truest dreams. What do you think about that?
Well, I mean, you were saying this week you wanted to ask me if any synchronicities happened.
Yeah.
Did they? It's tough to recall, I guess, but you said you had some synchronicities?
Yeah. Well, this is the synchronicity first that Julia Cameron gives, and this is how simple they can be.
Synchronicity is.
Yeah, she goes, Aunt Bernice wanted a new... Wait, no, she goes, I will get a new love seat after all. And then I found the perfect one. It was the strangest thing. I was at my Aunt Bernice's and her neighbor was having a garage sale and she had this wonderful love seat. Synchronicity.
That's a fun one. I mean, if your neighbor's having an estate sale,
Aunt Bernice,
I'm going over.
She needed a love seat and look at that. Aunt Bernice was delivered. That's how slight these synchronicities can be.
Yeah.
But yeah, I had synchronicity this week. I might be going to Ireland for a retreat. Did you know about this?
I did.
Okay. I might be going. I might not. But one of the reasons that would make it more worth my time to go is if I book stand-up shows while I'm there.
Yes, a little birdie told me yesterday.
Oh, really?
Our mom, she's like, Chase, she knows people everywhere. She's already got stand-up shows lined up in Ireland.
It's not true. Oh, okay.
Well,
anyways.
I heard it is.
So I was like, okay, let me look into booking shows in Ireland. And I reached out to this comedy club. It's called the smallest comedy club in Ireland. And I felt really safe reaching out to that one.
Does seem like
I think there's probably 10 seats in it. And that's the name of the theater. Anyways, I was talking to this comic friend of mine who just randomly DM'd me on Instagram. And I was like, oh, something came up. I was like, I might be doing shows in Ireland. And he was like, oh, do you know this comic? He's from Ireland. I'm going to be in a show of his at end of March. Let me ask him where you should perform.
Huh. Synchronicity.
Is that synchronicity?
I would say so.
Me too.
Absolutely.
So that's a synchronicity thing. I would say this podcast is synchronistic.
Yeah, we're just going and
like the way that this
clicking.
just happened, talking to Rob, and this feels very just synchronistic.
Well, they say once the synchronicity begins, those doors, you can't help but them opening.
Well, and then today, just mere hours ago.
Tell me.
Because I've been in this, like, I've been really working on getting money as a stand-up.
Yes.
Because things are slowing down and I know they will go back up. But, like, I'm in this phase of, I need to hustle. And I got a text from my manager, who I don't hear from maybe once a year.
Yeah.
And and she texted and said, would you like to do college shows? College
Look at that.
Stand-up comedy shows.
Just as I was like, oh, isn't there a lot of money in the college circuit?
There is.
Yeah.
So I called her, which, I'm usually scared to call people.
But you were excited.
And I just called her and I said, hey.
Did she answer?
She answered.
Okay.
I didn't think she was going to. And I was like, she answered and I still was like, is this an okay time to talk?
I'm sure you're like, hi, this is Chase. Is this an okay time to talk?
But anyways, it was an okay time to talk. Oh. And I said, listen, I just headlined UC Santa Barbara. I've been actually wanting to get into colleges. This is so synchronistic.
There you go.
And she said, oh, I love that.
Well,
so I haven't booked the college shows yet, but her text message was very much like,
the doors are opening.
Are you interested? I have someone that will pitch you for college
shows. That's great.
So synchronistic. You're telling me you don't have any this week?
I mean, yesterday. So I know if you've been listening, I touch on this whole wedding thing that's coming up, but it takes up a lot of time. And yesterday,
this whole wedding
thing. And yesterday we found our venue. It was so exciting. And then we're like, it kind of has to end a little early, around 10:30. And we're like, oh, wouldn't it be fun maybe if we do Cafe Habana afterwards as a little after party? We go over there, walk in, it's empty, but they're open. And the owner's at the front door.
Synchronistic.
Yeah, he's like, come on in. We usually close at 9:30. We'll stay open late for you. We'll stay open until 12:30. We'll have chips. We'll have ceviche. And here, let me make you guys an espresso martini.
And you got free drinks.
We got free drinks because he needed to do a photo shoot with this new espresso martini he was having.
Okay. So
synchronistic?
This is synchronistic. Now, but this is why at the beginning I was saying some people could brush that off as coincidence.
And also it's not a creative synchronist.
Wouldn't you say planning a wedding is a creative endeavor?
I would say it's encompasses
You're planning
everything.
an event.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's
okay.
Yeah.
I'll take it. See, I need to stare it in the eye and say, thank you, universe.
I think we have to start. I think these things happen all the time, but because we're reading The Artist's Way right now, we're noticing it. But
yes.
I think these happen all the time.
And the more we notice, the more they start to happen. And the easier
and I
it
think
is.
The more we're grateful for them and can say thank you and like, oh, wow, look at life having my back. And then we live in this like openness of receiving.
I love it. I can't wait. This week we really need to notice the synchronicities.
You already
have.
Listen, I already have. I wrote down, okay. Those were just past examples of synchronicities.
Well, when it comes to synchronicity.
Yes, Lyndon.
Well, I'm looking at my notes.
A text?
No, I'm looking at my notes. But when we ask the universe for something, we put in the active. Why
don't I take it from here?
Yeah, take it from here. I'm butchering my words.
Okay. I think what you were going to say is 1,000 unseen helping hands will help you once you start taking that first step.
That's exactly what I was going to say.
Is that what you were going to say? That's what I wrote down.
That's great.
Okay, but then why aren't we taking action if all these things are helping us out? You want to say it with me?
Shame.
Shame. Art exposes society to itself. We're scared of people not liking what we create or what they see.
Yes.
And what society has to think, what our parents have to think.
What people have to say. We're scared because
criticism.
Apparently growing up, we've just been dealt with all this shame as children.
You and me or everyone?
Everyone. Okay. All of us. And she says, before a wound can heal, it must be exposed. And at first I thought, no, you keep that wound to yourself. Why are you showing it off? But
what do you mean when you just now were reading it? You had that thought?
Well, first when I read it, I was like, this is terrible. Why are people showing off their wounds? But I guess I guess you do, like, if you do need to like nurse something to health, like the doctor needs to see your wound, they gotta look at it, clean it, fix it.
Yeah.
So in order for it to heal, you do need some eyes on that wound. You can't just cover it up with sweatpants.
Yeah. I agree.
Yeah.
That's a beautiful analogy.
Yeah. At first I really didn't like it, but then I'm like, it really stuck with me. And I thought about it for way too long. And
that's a good analogy.
Yeah.
You do have to expose your wounds.
Right.
But a lot of shame can come with that. You could get a lot of bad reviews.
A lot of criticism.
And they say bad reviews are a prime source of shame for many artists. And I think with like stand-up, for me, you get immediate bad reviews. Like if you tell a joke and it's not a good joke, you're going to know immediately. And it is very easy. I think this is why writing new material is so hard for me.
Have you used GPT in a minute?
Yeah.
It's gotten better at jokes.
Oh, I haven't done it in a minute.
Just saying. Check it out.
It's gotten better.
Yeah, I know.
Okay. Well, all I'm saying is that's definitely a block for me.
Right.
Is like knowing that a new joke is probably not going to get a big laugh.
So therefore you just don't
like, why even try?
Well, I got nervous today because I have been doing this project for Pop-Tarts where I'm making all these sweaters and I'm taking pictures of these sweaters for social media. And I'm like, an account like Pop-Tarts is going to share photos of the sweaters I made. People are going to really, it could be pretty nasty.
Like you're already assuming the comments are going to be mean.
Like I know on my account, like people understand crochet, they're going to be nice. But like if you're just opening it to the masses, I was like, oh my gosh, people are going to be like, those don't look like Pop-Tarts, they look like poo.
Because you've had bad reviews before.
I mean, apparently.
Because
yes,
I don't think you have. But I mean, maybe.
And I'm
I don't
sure
read
they're
your
going to be
comments.
fine.
But I haven't been reading the comments on my special. I don't read the comments on my Don't Tell Comedy sets. Because
good job.
I'm so I know I'm not able to handle it.
Well, I loved, and I don't know if you have this bookmarked, this is the one that I love. She gives us some like techniques on how to receive criticism. And one of them that really stuck with me, receive the criticism all the way through and get it over with.
Yeah. Feel the feel.
Yep. And then just move on.
Yeah.
Were there any that you really liked?
Yeah. But she also says we must learn to protect our inner artist like a child. And protect your child from shame. So I'm protecting my inner artist by not reading
it.
Like you can protect your inner artist, and you can she says the antidote for shame is self-love and self-praise.
I mean, that's an easy one, right?
Yeah.
When in doubt,
like
self-love. I figured you'd really like this chapter because
I love self-love.
Yeah. There was like one just stuck out to me. She's like, are you feeding yourself properly? Do you have socks?
Socks. I underlined that.
I was like, oh, Chase must be going crazy. So it's like,
I just like having permission to nurture yourself.
Yes. And if you're working really hard, just, recognize that and then treat yourself.
And she says, like, do something nurturing for you. Read an old good review.
Yes.
Or recall a compliment. Like, just treat your inner artist like,
to a little self-love.
Yeah. And the only, like, they say if you are, like, you've received criticism and you don't want to do anything else, do anything. Like, get back on the horse.
Yep. Don't give up.
Creativity is the only cure for criticism. Like, you just have to keep being creative.
And if you made a rotten piece of art, it could be the stepping stone that leads you to greatness.
She says rotten and hooey a lot.
I know.
Rotten piece of art. And she's
we got to have more fun
character.
with it. She plays. She's just having fun. Hooey this, rotten that. Aunt Bertha found me a love seat. It's great.
But anyway, shame is probably the number one reason why many student films haven't been made, or like many plays haven't been published. Like these, I wrote it all down. Why actors don't audition, why novels are destroyed because of shame.
And I wouldn't think that. I wouldn't think, like, if I'm, like, not doing something, I wouldn't think it's because of shame. I would think more I'm nervous or not good enough. But I do think the appropriate emotion or whatever shame
You're not
is.
good enough and you don't want people then to see it.
Right. I guess it does all fall back
from other people. Because if we weren't concerned about what anyone thought, don't you think we would just
do it more?
I
guess so.
It's a good question to ask yourself.
Yeah. Is it shame or are you insane? Something like that.
Okay, this is a really fun detective work exercise. It asks you about all these things from your childhood.
I highly recommend you grab a piece of paper and a pen and maybe jot down your answers to these questions.
Because you and I could go back and forth. Just, I'll ask you number one, you ask me number two.
Oh, I love it.
And just fill in the blank for me.
Okay, I fill in the blank for you or fill in the blank for me?
For you.
Okay. I actually did this.
I did too, but I
probably
sure
know the answers.
Okay. Okay, this is fun. By the way,
ChatGPT.
I don't think we've mentioned it this episode, but we're sisters. So
we're sisters.
A lot of these childhood questions we know each other from our childhood. Okay.
Just because I'm on ChatGPT right now, I used it to help me in work, and I highly recommend it for people. Like, I needed an email written, and then I was just like, ChatGPT, help me rewrite my email. Add in a few jokes. That's why I know.
Wait, you added in jokes to your email?
I added in jokes to my email.
Who are you sending this email to?
Well, this wasn't a business email. It was more just for fun.
What do you mean? Who are you sending it to?
I'm shameful right now because I think people are going to judge me.
Okay, who are you sending it to?
I've been talking about weddings too much.
No, you haven't.
One of my best friends, she's getting married, and I'm planning the bachelorette party. So I wanted it's sending it out to like 15 people.
You're the maid of honor sending out.
So I wanted to like make sure my grammar was right, and then we're going to Austin, Texas. So I was like, and add in a few cowgirl jokes.
Okay. Fun.
I was in stitches. It got me so.
What was one of the jokes?
Just I could pull it up, but I'm not going to. But it was like,
please.
Okay, but I don't want to take time trying to find my cowgirl. Okay.
I want to know what you were in stitches about. Because I'm
Howdy,
curious.
lovely ladies. It's time to saddle up and get those cowboy boots on because you're invited to Hannah's Bachelorette Extravaganza in Austin, Texas, baby. Then it goes through some details. And anyways.
Where's the joke?
For me, those are jokes. Saddle up and get those cowboy boots on.
You were a little punny there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's cute. Yeah, it doesn't sound like I've never read an email like that from you. So
no. Anyways,
that's helpful. Okay, great.
Okay, back to our detective work.
Okay, detective work from childhood. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Fill in the blank. My favorite childhood toy was
Razor scooter.
Ooh.
All right, for you, my favorite childhood game was
Hotel.
Oh, good one.
Yeah.
We used our imagination.
We would sit in front of like a desk and pretend we were owners of a hotel.
I had the Sunset Beach.
And I was Sunset. I would always copy your names.
I don't remember what yours was.
Okay. The best movie I ever saw as a kid was
Rat Race.
Ugh.
And guess what?
What?
I watched it last night.
What?
Yes.
Because you were trying to.
Yep. And I laughed way harder than my Howdy Cowgirl email.
I remember
dying.
watching that movie with you. I mean,
it's a star-studded cast, first of all.
It was ahead of its time.
Well, there's an original that came out in like the 60s.
No, I know.
This is the one from the 2000s.
Yeah.
And when the guy with the pierced tongue
is going up in the car.
I was laughing.
You remember watching it together, right?
Oh, we watched it.
It was like one of the funniest things we'd ever seen.
And it's still hilarious. I'd say it stands up, but I think it's...
I mean, do you think that's why I got into comedy?
No, I blame Disney Channel for all of it.
Okay, fine.
Okay. I don't do it much, but I enjoy...
glamping.
What have you glamped?
I don't do it much. I think I've done it once.
That sounds so fun.
Yeah.
I've never glamped.
Yeah, when I did that 3-day hike in New Zealand and we stayed in like, we didn't camp, we stayed in like, you know, glass rooms.
Sure.
That you just like overlooked the beauty.
Oh, that sounds amazing.
Glamping. If I could lighten up a little, I'd let myself
take a break during the day.
I think that's what I wrote.
Yeah. I just feel like I can't waste time not working.
Yeah, me too.
But if I'd lighten up a little, maybe I'd treat myself and get on some nice cozy socks.
Oh yeah, I want to actually see what I wrote for this next.
Okay, your next one, and you can use your notes.
Okay.
If it weren't too late, I'd
take a gap year.
Oh, that's a good one.
Thank you.
Yeah.
What did you put?
I said learn Spanish, but then I was
gonna
like, I'm not dead.
I was going to put learn Spanish too.
Yeah.
That was on my,
Maybe that's the thing is like, it's never too late.
Yeah, no, it's not.
To
but
do
like,
anything.
I kind of think it's too late to take a gap year.
I mean, technically, no. Eat, pray, love.
Rob laughed.
Yeah, but
it's too late.
I mean, maybe don't call it a gap year, but you could take a year and travel.
Okay. I know, but okay. My favorite musical instrument is
violin.
Really?
When it not to play, but
to listen to?
Yes, when it comes in a song, it's the crowd pleaser. I mean, a violin in any musical.
Really?
Yes. I was going to say like musical number.
You know what I wrote?
What?
Is congas.
Wow.
Oh,
I know.
Yeah.
I took
not
lessons.
not drums,
but
congas. Yeah.
Huh. I wouldn't think that of you.
I know.
What about the congas get you going?
It's like, you know, when you're listening to meditation music and it's the drums and it like gets into your heart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The congas are the heartbeat of life.
Yeah. It was tough for me to pick a favorite instrument.
Wow.
I don't really like instruments.
Yeah. My least favorite is the clarinet.
What? Because I played it for years.
Well, it was that time when you were learning to go over the break or whatever. And all I heard for like months was like,
really?
And you would suck on those little reeds all the time walking around. But I love it, and I love you, and I'm...
Well, I more about childhood, because...
Yeah, childhood's just fun to think about.
I know that, like, a character trait of mine when I was younger, I was very persistent. Like, things didn't come easy, but I had fun, like, practicing.
Right, there's the story of, like, the 1-inch step.
Yeah.
And, like, you would practice for hours going up the 1-inch step.
I don't remember that one. I
think you were, like,
I was, like,
1. Yeah.
Okay. Is it my turn to ask you?
Yes. No, my turn to ask you. The amount of money I spend on treating myself to entertainment each month is...
$100?
Oh, that's not bad at all.
I mean, I spend a lot of money eating.
Right. I was thinking, is it food or is it like going to shows?
Not that much.
Okay. I think I wrote like $250, but...
Oh, wow.
I mean,
you're having fun.
I don't, though. It's not like I go to movies very much.
Yeah.
Oh,
well, I go to theater, but I get like the
The cheapo seats.
ticks, yeah.
I signed up for the darn AMC Movie Pass
When?
3 months ago.
Oh.
Because I wanted to see Avatar and it was a better deal to get the pass. They don't let you cancel for 3 months. So I saw Avatar for $75.
What?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Anyways.
Terrible purchase.
I know.
Okay. If I weren't so stingy with my artist, I'd buy her
an art studio.
Yeah.
Not rent one, but I need to buy one. And I actually got my email today from my, whatever, the company that rents me the studio, saying your rent's going up again. You got to let us know by March 31st if you're staying.
Oof, London.
Same thing as last year.
I know.
I'm like, here we go again. But I'm too stingy.
You're too
I don't want to
stingy.
spend the money.
Oh, hi, Rolo.
Rolo's poked up.
Okay, hi, little
He's saying, London,
you gotta get the studio.
you got to get the studio. And we missed the opportunity, actually. We found a $300,000 property in Malibu.
What?
Looking out of the ocean.
What?
It doesn't have one thing on it. It's sold.
Oh my god, London.
I know.
Okay, Rolo.
Rolo, sorry. He's an angel. Okay. Taking time out for myself is...
A luxury that never happens.
I think we should turn that into a luxury.
A
that
luxury.
happens.
That will happen.
Yeah.
I'm afraid that if I start dreaming... Are you okay?
We may have to pause.
Okay, take your time.
Excuse me. Not a pleasant sound. Okay. Would you mind saying that question again?
I'm afraid that if I start dreaming...
I'll never stop.
For real?
Yeah. I mean, it's too exciting. Let me just dream all day.
Okay.
I secretly enjoy reading.
Cozy mysteries.
Oh, I've heard one.
Do you know what a cozy mystery is, Rob?
Is that like, what's her name? Angela Lansbury?
Oh,
Like-
I don't know. They're mysteries.
Murder, She Wrote?
They're mysteries that are set in like woodland, like woodland creatures are the characters. So it's like a fox and a raven
And
and
an
a
otter
moose.
and a turtle.
These are, and then there's been a murder. The frog is murdered in the lake, and they're called cozy mysteries because they're set in the fall and they're these woodland creatures and they're cozy.
Do you have one to
I
recommend
would
to
read
the
that.
listeners?
Wait, so it's like Midsummer Murders meets Frog and Toad.
Yeah. And they're the series I feel just really cozy reading is Shady Hollow.
Good to know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ordering that
The
right
other
now.
things I don't secretly enjoy. I just love reading like memoirs and
Yeah.
all that.
I
stuff.
love Nat Geo.
Okay. If I had had a perfect childhood, I'd have grown up to be.
I wrote president.
Okay, good.
I mean, right?
Yeah, you're right. You actually, I'm sure you could do that.
Well, if only. If it didn't sound so crazy, I'd write or make a
Musical.
good one.
Okay, great.
What would the musical be about?
High
High school?
High School the Musical. I think it's already been done. My parents think artists are
Brave.
Oh yeah.
They really.
Oh, they think they're the best.
The best. My mom always told me, she's like, London, you're an artist. Dress like one.
Okay, so
My God thinks artists are.
brave. Right?
Yeah.
They loves them.
And again, we don't talk about God like in the
Oh yeah,
church.
whatever God means.
Yeah,
to
whatever
you.
God means
Julia
to you.
Cameron says God is good, orderly direction.
Yeah.
What makes me feel weird about this recovery is
It takes time out of the day to
Yeah.
to write the pages, do
and
the
read
work.
the chapter. It's like, do I
But-
really have time for all this?
But we do, and it's worth it. You know, Beyonce and I have the same amount of hours, so
That's true.
yeah.
She has a ton of assistants, though.
Learning to trust myself is probably
Good to do. Probably the right thing to do.
That is true.
My most cheer me up music is...
I think like 60s, golden oldies.
Yeah, I put 60s.
Even like, you know, Sweet Caroline, all those songs that you would sing at a karaoke bar.
So fun.
Yeah. My favorite way to dress is...
Taylor Swift.
Duh. I was saying sweatpants.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. I should have said like an artist.
Okay, so great little exercise from our childhood.
Why do you think she has us do this?
To get you thinking.
Yeah.
Right?
Just remember what it was like to not have those inhibitions.
I don't know. I don't know why she does, but it was sure fun.
It sure was fun.
It sure was
fun. And quick. I mean, to remember these things, it's like go with your gut. Whatever your first answer is, stick with it.
Yeah, but then towards the last 10 questions were like...
They do get a little trickier.
They start getting a little more...
Yeah.
But we're almost to the end of the chapter. The last thing is on growth. And she says growth is 2 steps forward, 1 step back. And if you want to think of it like a bow and arrow where you like pull back the bow and arrow, but when you release it...
That's great. I somehow missed that.
Yeah, that's not in the chapter. That is my own analogy.
Wow, so good it could have been.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Yeah, and it's like if you have a week, and I notice this when I have really big projects, if you have a time when you're like making a lot of progress, doing a lot of stuff, a lot of times after that, you find yourself, nothing happens. When it's done, you just like don't make any
I gotta
progress.
be honest, I didn't listen to what you said, and I came back in, and what
That's
were you,
okay.
what
It's not
starting with?
nearly as captivating as the bow and arrow theory. Okay. It's nothing compared. I was just saying, like, a lot of times when you do something really big or make a lot of progress in a week or 2 weeks or a month,
Then you have a slow...
then you need to nothing happens for a minute, and that's okay.
Yeah, you're still growing.
Yeah. My bow is being pulled.
Your bow's being pulled.
Yeah.
And so basically with growth, to summarize, be kind to yourself, see what the universe surprises you with, go easy and gentle, and baby yourself with new socks and a thermos on the way to work.
This is just like amazing that it's so easy for us to forget.
Just like take care of yourself. Like
take those 15 minutes and just like
the whole stingy thing is so real.
Stingy.
Like when she said, if I wasn't so stingy with my artist, like you don't need to buy yourself a studio, but you can buy yourself socks.
Exactly.
Like,
see, that's much more doable for me. I'll go to CVS right
but
after
I don't
this
do
and buy
it.
some socks. Hey, me neither. I did get free socks yesterday at the place that gave us the free espresso martinis.
Wow, London.
I know. It was a real win there.
Wow. Mm-hmm. Okay, we're on to the exercises.
Fabulous.
So fun.
Yeah. Overall, anger is our friend. Shame is our enemy.
Yeah.
And growth
is what will happen when you befriend your anger and let go of the shame.
There we go. Okay.
Okay. I guess we could have summarized that much quicker.
Nah. No. It really wouldn't stick if we don't just dive into this stuff. I still don't know what our favorite childhood movie has to do with any of it, but
yeah, you're right.
It just seemed but the exercises we're about to go into, I think really tap into our childhood as well.
Yeah, it says describe your childhood room.
Now, which room did you choose?
We've moved quite a bit growing up.
Yeah. All within like a 30-minute radius.
We probably, I mean, I chose our
Hartfield Court or Malibu?
No, Malibu.
Oh.
What'd you choose?
I chose Hartfield Court because I thought you were going to.
Really?
Yeah, I did.
Well, there's so many to choose from.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to choose Malibu.
I started almost drawing it. She says, draw your childhood room or describe it. And it's fun to think about. I mean, I always envy.
Very safe. Like you think about it. Well, I don't know. For some people, no. But for me, it felt very safe.
In the Malibu house, I did get bit by a brown recluse spider right next to my right eyeball.
So bad memories.
No, I mean, I love spiders now.
Okay. Well, interesting.
Yeah.
Do you want to describe your childhood room?
Sure. I mean, really in it simple, a little bed. It was
bright lime green bedding.
That's true. For me, that's simple. But I had a computer and
iMac.
I was in 5th grade, and in that room, I remember it wasn't Google at the time. It was Ask Jeeves.
Ask Jeeves.
And I did my first ask. And I asked them, how do you make a corn husk doll?
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my
I still
gosh.
remember.
Wow.
My first ask. But it was a good room. It had big windows and looked out into a little courtyard. And yeah.
I remember it being so messy.
Oh, I mean, yeah, the closet was a mess.
It was my birthday on Saturday.
Happy
we forgot
birthday.
to mention that.
Yeah.
But London wrote me a card. And in the card, for some reason, you brought up like, oh, fun memories.
Yep.
And one of them was retainers in my hair. And in those, let me explain. In that time, our bedrooms were across the hall from each other.
It was still a good walk.
It was a good walk. And I had a loft bed. And maybe once or twice.
Definitely once.
I feel like it happened a couple times. I woke up and London's retainers were in my hair.
I wasn't in the bed. But
London
somehow my
had clearly
retainers-
slept walk from her bed to my loft bed,
and put my
took out her retainers, and went back to bed.
I was a prankster, I guess.
I mean, we don't know how that happened.
Yeah, it's a mystery.
My childhood room I described was when we were roommates in Malibu.
When we were 4 and 6.
Yeah. We had fairies hanging down from the ceiling.
They were
it was
very
like
beautiful.
Wood walls and glass windows, and we had a desk overlooking our backyard, and
Our beds were on center blocks and a piece of wood.
And then I remembered on your side of the bed was all junk, and you would hide all of your
Excuse
London,
me.
you don't remember?
I remember a beautiful seashell mirror.
London, you would put all your clothes on the one side of your bed
that
so
sounds like
nobody
me.
would see the mess.
Yeah.
And you did that in another one of our bedrooms too.
Huh.
Davy Jones.
That doesn't stick out to me at
Really?
all. Yeah.
Oh.
But it does sound like something I would do.
But anyways, this exercise, she says like, okay, imagine your childhood room, and what is your room now like? What can you add to your room to make it like more special?
And you have fairies in your room.
I have one of the same fairies that hung on our ceilings because of the Artist's Way, I think a long time ago.
Huh.
And then I have a picture of Taylor Swift. I love my room.
Yeah, I like my room. I now share my room with a
Fiance.
male companion, so it's like not just my room.
Yeah, that's tough.
So I have a crochet dream catcher above our bed, which is my favorite thing in the room. I have some National Geographics next to my bed, but like I could doll it up a little with some more childhood touches.
Like something that like
Maybe
I don't know.
some crystals or something.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I have a big clock and I love clocks.
5 traits you liked in yourself as a child.
I wrote athletic, organized, which doesn't seem to pan out from what you're
don't
saying.
think you were.
I was organized with like my schedule.
Yeah,
in school.
we had a yeah.
I smiled a lot, big imagination, and adventurous.
Yeah, that sounds right.
You?
Calm, observant, just was. I wasn't trying to impress. Attentive and quiet.
I think you have quiet on there twice.
No, calm,
Oh,
observant, quiet, attentive, and just was.
yeah.
That was like
that was you.
like little me.
Yeah.
By the time I was in like 5th grade, I was more like,
A little
look at
louder.
me, look at me. Yeah,
But still not to like the outside world. You were very calm
shy.
and shy.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't know if we need to do this.
London.
This is just
childhood accomplishments, because she has so many.
No,
She's
it's
embarrassed.
just like
London, go. Childhood accomplishments. Do you want to go second so mine
No.
don't seem so
Yes.
small?
No, I'm kidding.
Okay.
I'm kidding.
I'll go first.
That's not why.
All A's in middle school.
Oh.
I won the Norwegian Cruise Line dance
That's
competition.
right. With the solo people.
That we were just on a cruise to Hawaii, and they had this like talent competition, and I entered and I won.
Didn't you bring your costume with you?
No.
Oh, okay.
No. But before they even announced the winner, I stood
She
up.
stood
I
up.
was that confident that I
Yeah.
won. That confidence I need to bring back into
I mean, that's
today's-
why I think I'm nervous about that. Who wants to hear people brag?
Okay, but we were so young.
Okay.
I got a gold at at DMA, Dance Masters of America.
Chase.
I was Clara and the Nutcracker and Feline and Bambi.
Okay.
Okay. Go
Well done.
London.
Oh.
Buckle up.
This question makes me so angry. but it's my friend. Okay. I was national dance champion in 7th grade.
A little louder, London. National dance champion of America in 7th grade.
In preschool, I was in a frame. I was the little frame kid that comes with your frame. When you go
to like Michael's and they have like
the
already made
pictures. I was one of those
London
children.
was one of those children. Yeah.
I got a scholarship to NYU. I was Sea Princess and on National Honor Society.
Although, would you consider like childhood high school?
Well, I was having trouble remembering things.
I think
I mean, I got a purple belt in karate. I can cross out about NYU.
And you got like diving competitions.
I got 4th place at the Junior Olympics. 4 out of 4.
Okay, never mind. In my head, it was so much better.
I know, it sounds great.
You were riff in
Okay. We're moving on. Number
sound
next
of music. Why can't I remember? West Side Story. Okay. Oh, this one is so fun. 5 childhood foods that made you really happy.
Hanson soda, dip eggs, McDonald's cookies, tofu, and inside out potatoes.
I have Hanson soda on there, which, by the way, that was the drink I was going to bring us today.
Oh.
They don't make them anymore.
Yes, they do.
No, they sold their company to Coca-Cola.
No.
And Coca-Cola stopped it.
Hot off the press.
I could have
sworn I saw them in a store a year ago.
Recently, but no more.
COVID. I blame COVID.
Almond butter and jelly sandwiches. Ugh. Pupusas.
Oh.
Avocado rolls from Bristol Farms.
Good one.
And tofu tacos.
Okay. Love it.
Oh, so fun, right?
Yeah.
Rob, what was your favorite childhood food?
Boiled shrimp.
Does it just make you warm and cozy thinking about it?
It's still my favorite food. It's the best thing. Actually, no, I take it back. It was my grandma's jambalaya. She used to make crawfish
Where
jambalaya.
Are you from?
Yeah. What? You from New Orleans?
You from New Orleans?
Yeah, I'm from Pearl River, Louisiana.
That makes sense. Wow.
No wonder you're so cool.
But my granny's jambalaya was amazing.
I mean, I don't think we had jambalaya once growing up.
No. I just went to New Orleans for the first time this year, and it was Halloween, and it was crazy.
Oh, yeah.
And amazing.
It's pretty nuts there.
So Southern comfort food is like...
Yeah, I don't eat pork anymore, and there's a lot of pork in the jambalaya the way my granny makes it. So I make another version that uses like soy rizo, but it's not as good.
Wow.
I can be honest about that. It's not as good.
But it still makes you warm and fuzzy inside.
Oh, yeah.
So fun.
How this is all helping our creative self?
Well, I don't know, but I think we were supposed to then take one of those foods and eat them.
I did. I had an over easy egg,
and I had what did I have? I didn't. Okay.
Well, we can go and get an avocado roll.
We had over easy eggs every morning growing up.
You had an avocado roll this week.
Yeah, I did. You're right.
Birthday.
You're right. Mm-hmm. But not from Bristol Farms. But that's okay.
True.
But our mom called them dip eggs because we would dip the bread in the yolk, and I didn't know for the longest time they weren't called dip eggs.
I was well into college by the time
I was like ordering dip eggs at like a diner. And people are like, what?
As an adult, same.
I didn't know they weren't dip eggs.
Right. Okay. I now am very clear. It's over easy. But
yeah, now we know. Dip.
DIP.
Like
dip.
Like you're dipping.
Okay.
Dip eggs.
Yeah. We would go out in public.
I thought you were saying diptych, like, like a triptych or like a diptych, like an art.
Yeah, no, that would be worse.
And I didn't understand.
Okay. Well. Yeah. Okay, what are 3 rotten habits that you have, London?
Well, biting my nails. I've been doing it way too much. No reason. Negative self-talk. And
I put that too.
Doing what other people want.
I put helping others more than me. That's other people. Negative self-talk and no time to relax without guilt. And it asks you, like, why are you doing this? Like, what are you sabotaging yourself from doing? And I'm sabotaging myself from, like,
my inner thoughts. Yeah. I bite my nails because I don't want to think about anything.
Oh,
that makes me anxious. So I'm just like, let me see what I can.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah.
So then the other one was those are my subtle rotten habits, and then they want you to have obvious rotten habits.
I just did the
just
one
those.
set.
I said they're pretty much the same,
Yeah.
but I added sleep in because I'll sleep inspired and tired.
Inspired and tired.
They ask who your 3 nurturing friends are.
And I think this is important when you are creative. Like, who are those people you can just go to that you know will be there for you and not like sabotage any sort of projects or things or stop you from doing what you love.
Yeah, and so another exercise this week was like call one of those friends, and then do an artist brain activity. She said is like going on a run, going on a drive, taking a shower, like things where your brain is just like on auto.
Yeah.
And so then you can have I drove, obviously I was in traffic.
I kind of did my artist date, which I guess goes into it with this.
Oh, okay.
So I'll just explain my artist date when we get there.
Okay. And then the last thing is like 5 people you admire and then 5 people you secretly admire, 5 people dead who you'd like to hang out with, and 5 people dead you'd like to. But I just I didn't differentiate.
Okay.
I didn't like say I secretly want to hang out with them because like I don't think I have any of that like secret. I'm very open about who I'd want to hang out with.
That's dead.
I have no shame about that. But her reasoning, she was like, if you think you should say you want to hang out with Edison, but your heart wants to hang out with Houdini. Hang out with Houdini.
Yeah.
Okay, so who are the 5 people you admire?
Well, my friend Monica from college, she was just at the Oscars.
Monica Barbaro is also on my list.
Yep. AOC, not necessarily like, not because of her politics and everything, but she just stands up for what's right.
Mm-hmm.
Our Aunt Allie, she's a great businesswoman. Margot Robbie, she's just so beautiful.
She is.
And Danny, my fiance, he's so calm and cool under pressure. He's like really good at managing.
Oh, that's
that
so
sort of
sweet.
thing, so.
Does he know he made your list?
No, he doesn't.
I only did people I don't know because I could go on about people I know. Taylor Swift, I admire her workout ethic. Diane Morgan, she's the one who's the girl on Kunk on Earth.
Okay.
So funny. Kate McKinnon, so funny. They were both just real. They're very real people. Monica Barbaro, London's friend from college who was in Top Gun and is now like an Oscar person. Oh, we just love her. She's gorgeous. Ugh. And Kate Winslet. I think she's grounded. And then 5 people dead who you'd like to hang out with. And again, I didn't put like people we know. I put.
Okay. Now, are these the ones you want to hang out with for eternity or just ones you want to see when you get there?
I didn't do 2 different lists.
No, I did 2 different lists, and Jesus was on my first list because I've got a lot of questions.
Yeah, me too. Jesus is also on my list.
But I don't need to hang out with him forever.
Okay.
And then I also have, so on my list that I want to hang out with forever, I have Einstein, Cleopatra, Dot, our great-grandmother. We've never met her. I think it'd be nice to have a little bit of family up there. Betty White and Coco Chanel. I think Betty would just bring the laughs.
Yeah. Oh, good list, London.
Thank you.
I put Shakespeare.
Oh.
Jesus. Buddha.
Wow.
And then I got stuck. I put Elvis and Marilyn. I just feel like they're icons.
What a group.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's what I picked.
What's that in Gandhi, Mother Teresa?
Gandhi would have been good. Yeah. And then what are we supposed to do with that list? I don't know. But these are just questions.
I think it's that what qualities like do you admire in them, and that's what you're supposed to bring to yourself. Like you want a little humor, you want a little family, you want a little, question the universe. Like,
and like if you think the Edison Houdini question, like if you think it should be Edison, but you really like Houdini, then it's okay.
Find your mysterious,
be more Houdini than Edison,
and get out there.
Who's on your list? You can just do one if you want. Or literally
living
one.
or dead? Living or dead?
Dead.
Dead. Jack Kirby. Easy.
Who is he?
Who's that?
He is. So you know who Stan Lee is from Marvel Comics? Jack Kirby is the greatest American comic artist.
Stanley's the one that puts himself in all the movies?
Yeah, Stanley was the writer. Okay. Jack Kirby was the artist on basically every Marvel or DC property, but he was the greatest American comics artist of all time.
Wow. See, I love that we learn things from you.
Yeah, because you have a metal very different, like...
That is true, yes.
Yeah, we're sisters. We're very into girly. When did he pass away?
A while back, actually. He had been retired for a while.
Before we were born.
Not before we were born. He was alive then. I can actually look up exactly when he died, but let's see, Jack Kirby. Jack the King Kirby.
I would have thought you put Picasso.
He's been on your list.
He died in 94 at 76 years
94.
old.
Oh, didn't.
So he had already been retired, but
yeah.
I was alive when he died.
Yeah. Wow, very cool.
Wow. Artist date.
Just to touch, I was going to put Picasso, but I watched some series on it.
That he's not a good guy.
Oh my god.
I know you told me. I know.
He no longer makes the cut.
Such a bummer.
Okay, artist date. I'll start.
Well, last week we said we were going to go on good artist dates because we both kind of didn't do it really last week. So.
I had a great time with my artist.
And if you're not sure what an artist date is, you're supposed to hang out with yourself once a week just to spend some alone time and
doing
whatever you
something
want.
Fun.
Take your artist on a date.
Yes. So this week I busted out my sewing machine.
Did you bust it out?
I plugged it in. I turned it on. I changed the bobbin and I mended. I mended pants. I mended a sweater. I added a tag in something. I was just sewing.
Just for fun.
So much fun. Anything I could find with a little hole, I was grabbing and mending. And
fun. How long did you spend on that?
Oh, about an hour and a half. Time flies when you're mending.
Wow.
It was fabulous. And I can't wait to bust it out again.
I love that, London.
Me too.
Did you have any insights or you just had fun?
The insights were, wow, London, you really love doing this. And I've had the same sewing machine since high school, and I have like a little magazine cutout of a dollar bill on top because I was like, one day I'm going to make money doing this. And look at me.
Wow.
Still doing it for free, but loving every second of it. So I mended.
Fun artist date.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I was actually thinking like, okay, I have to do something. I have to go somewhere. And I realized, you know what? I am such a busy bee.
You are.
I'm always running around for all these different things. And I was like, why do I have to run around for myself? And it's more fun for me to spend like alone time doing something. I don't feel like I have to like do another thing. With that being said, I did go somewhere. I went on a 4-mile walk along the beach, just watching the ocean and the...
was it a 4-mile loop?
No, it was like there and back.
Straight line.
Yeah.
Duh, okay, on the beach.
On the beach.
There
wasn't a loop on the beach. No, it was like the boardwalk, but it was down by Temescal, and it was so pretty.
That is so nice.
Because of the rain, the flowers are just gorgeous, and there were moments where I just stopped and like looked at the beach and like took some deep breaths, but for the most part I was walking and just enjoying the walk.
That is a fabulous.
Is that a good artist date?
Cheers to much better artist dates.
Much better.
Yeah.
I tried to do my artist date. I tried to meditate as an artist date because I'm actually excited about that type of stuff and I don't have time to do it. Fell asleep. So I was like, I can't count that.
Yeah.
But yeah, the walk was very lovely. Did you do an artist date by chance?
I didn't do an artist date this weekend. No. But I was at the at that board game convention. So I did do a lot of creative stuff while I was there.
Oh, that's fun.
Worked with some people on some prototypes and stuff.
This actually, I should have brought this up when we were talking about shame, but you had mentioned you were drawing just like drawing a card for a baby announcement.
Yes.
Is that allowed? Can we share this?
Yeah, that's fine.
All right. Shout out to you.
And you were saying that like you had some blocks about actually sharing it. And
I had blocks about doing it, like starting it, because I was afraid it wasn't going to be good enough.
And you did it, and it was amazing.
Oh, thank you.
So I just wanted to share that story.
We got to celebrate the victories.
Of course, yeah. No.
Well done.
But that was directly because of working on this podcast with you guys.
So fun. Yeah, I feel like so just by doing the chapters and exercises and reading them, like we're gonna notice more
stuff's
things.
bubbling. Things are happening. Synchronicities are clicking.
And what besides Pop-Tarts that you're working on right now, is there any other creative thing you're hoping to have done by the end of this book, or is it just you're just seeing what pops up?
Well, I do have a few other projects that I'm in the works with happening in April, so it's going to be a very busy April.
For like work, not
for
your
work.
Okay.
But what I am really hoping is that I just get into a good flow of like positive, no complaining, can just stay focused, get things done, but also have time for myself and life and others. So I'm really trying to, this is helpful because it's giving me the work-life balance, like forcing me to take time with my artists, forcing me to do fun things, think about my childhood that I wouldn't usually do at a time like this. So it's a good test. Can I still get things done and have fun? Stay tuned.
Stay tuned. Okay. Well, great. That's about our time there.
Yeah. Anything coming up for you?
Just stand-up shows right now, and then I'm writing scripts.
Yep.
And that's where I have a lot of blocks right now. I have blocks in writing in general, but
it's not blocks. It's shame.
It's shame. I have a lot of shame. So yeah, but coming up, I have stand-up shows, which I guess you could find on Chase_O'Donnell. And what about you, London?
Find me at Made by London. I have a lot of fun things coming up. So
can't wait.
Yeah.
And next week we will be on a whole new chapter. Believe it or not,
We're
not going to repeat this one. We're going to do a new one.
What?
All new, all fun. Always so good to hang out with you, Chase.
Oh, what a pleasure.
Oh, such a joy.
And so good hanging out with you.
Subscribe, follow,
like,
share,
and
we'll see you next time.
Bye.